What's up guys, Intelitech Studios here, and this will be the unplanned, uninitiated unboxing of the Dirt Devil PowerMax Pet Bagless Upright Vacuum. Is this the PowerMax Pet Total Power Plus Complete Pet? Full-size upright? Endura filter, no loss of suction. Oh, that's obviously crap. Yeah, this box is damaged. I don't know how that happened. I don't remember it looking like that whenever I had it delivered. For some reason it looks like that now, which is why I decided to unbox this now to make sure this thing isn't damaged. And I just broke it even more. Wow. Well, there goes my ability to use this box to ship other vacuums, unless I tape this up really good. But whatever. So, the story behind this is that I bought that Dirt Devil Breeze, as you can see right there, and you can see it's brand new. You can see how clear and pretty the dirt container is because I haven't even used it yet. Now, you saw the unboxing video of this. This is my second one. I returned the first one because the handle was messed up. It was warped. So as a result, the handle does not feel right and the handle is damaged. It's not cracked, but the plastic is warped. So when you're holding the handle, you can hear it creaking and cracking, and it's pretty clear the handle is eventually going to break. So I returned it and I exchanged it for another one. And this one has the exact same issue. I paid $50 for this Dirt Devil Breeze at Big Lots, as mentioned in the previous video. You can see I have an old Breeze as well. So, this being my second one, I contacted Dirt Devil and said, hey, what's the deal here? And they said, look, we don't have any handles in stock at all, even though this is a brand new vacuum that you just bought. Though, to be fair, both machines, both the first one I got and this one, were both manufactured in 2018. This is out of stock on Dirt Devil's website. They do not make this anymore. They do not sell this anymore. This is not a current model. The Breeze line, as far as I know, is completely dead. As far as I know, the Breeze and the Featherlight name have completely gone the way of the dodo with this machine and the subsequent bagged variant, of which I am still trying to get, since that one has the stretch hose and the headlight and the bag change indicator and all that. Which is funny because even some of the older Featherlights don't have that. So I'm trying to get one of those, but in the meantime, this was $50. It was brand new. I picked it up. Point is that Dirt Devil said, look, if you send a picture of the model number and send a picture of you cutting the cord off of your old Breeze, then we'll send you a new replacement vacuum. It will be one of, quote, similar quality, of a similar model, since obviously this machine is not in stock, because if it was, they would actually have handles to send me, because the vacuum itself works fine. Both the first one did and this one does. It's just the handle that's messed up. Now, since getting this, I actually managed to find a $20 handle on eBay. Now, it's for the Featherlight, because this bagless one has also gone under the Featherlight name. So I did find a new handle on eBay. We'll see if that works or not. And if it does, then great. Then this one will be working. And if that handle does end up working, then considering this costs $70 and this costs $50 plus a $20 handle, if you think about it, if I get that handle and it works, that basically means that I bought this, which was a $70 vacuum, and got a brand new Dirt Devil Breeze for free. So if you think about it that way, that's a pretty good deal. Because, in fact, even though I paid $50 for this Dirt Devil PowerMax Pet normally retails for $73. That's $73. So I got it knocked down to $0. Completely free, didn't ask for any sort of payment information, just completely sent me the vacuum. And as you can see, it is here. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and unbox this and see what I was sent. Now, I'm not sure if Dirt Devil somehow knows who I am. I severely doubt it. But I would suspect that, obviously because they wanted me to chop the cord off of my old one, that this is the standard procedure. And this is the second time I called. So this is a standard procedure. They want you to cut the cord off of your old vacuum. Now, good news for me is I know how to fix cords. So, I still have a perfectly working vacuum. As far as Dirt Devil is concerned, this thing is junk. Anyways, let's unbox this. So, I'm assuming I'm supposed to unbox it like this. Like many other budget upright vacuums. As usual, the tape is very weak and crappy. So one thing I kind of like about Dirt Devil is that if you look on their website, they're kind of all about, hey, we got some fancy designs and stuff. You can see we got a little superhero dude on the packaging, which I was not expecting to see. That's kind of cute. I like that. You know, nothing like a dying company trying to stay relevant by being all cutesy. Although Dirt Devil has already died long ago, and this, what is wrong with this tape? See this box? Yeah, the idea of me reusing this box to ship another vacuum is probably out the window. Anyways. Your vacuum has a filter and it needs you. Just 4 easy steps to ensure peak performance. Remember, a clean filter equals best vac ever. What's with the... I mean, that's a nice touch. I mean, that definitely got my attention. So I would imagine that if you're an average consumer, this probably got your attention. So you know what? That's very clever. I got to give Dirt Devil credit for that. That's kind of nice. Aw. What's this? In love, drop us a review on your favorite retailer's website so the rest of the world can feel the love too. No need to head back to the store. We've got your back. Give us a shout out with questions or issues so we can make it right. Also, another thing I want to mention is that in the email where they were sending me info back and forth, they kept referring to the vacuum as a Hoover several times in the same email. So I was kind of confused. I was like, are they going to give me a Hoover? Now, granted, that's not completely out of the ordinary because TTI, the company, owns Dirt Devil, Vax, Royal, Hoover, and Auric. So, in theory, they could send me any one of those vacuums and it wouldn't be out of the ordinary because it's all owned by the same company. But I thought that was kind of funny how they kept calling it a Hoover even though it was the direct Dirt Devil helpline. So, I thought that was kind of funny. Hey you're now the owner of an awesome new Dirt Devil product. Many thanks for inviting us on your cleaning adventures. You're the best. Okay, I gotta say, I love this packaging. Seriously, I just love all this like unique little stuff. These are all nice touches. I know a lot of consumers don't care about crap like this. I love cutesy stuff like this. So you know what? I really appreciate that. That's really nice. That gives me the warm fuzzies. Anyways, Dirt Devil Endura upright. Looks like they got the same user manual for all the various models, even though this one is the pet model. Now, I did have the Dirt Devil, and I do currently own the Dirt Devil Endura Express, and I previously owned the Dirt Devil PowerMax, which appears to be what is shown on this cover, even though it says Endura. Well, then again, I guess Endura is the name of the filtration system they have. So, it says cyclonic upright. This is not cyclonic at all. This is no more complicated than, well, the old Dirt Devil Breeze, actually. Honestly, I would say the Breeze Cyclonic is more complicated of a system than these machines, because these go back to having a filter in the dust cup, just like the old Dirt Devil Breeze, and unlike the Breeze Cyclonic, which has an actual dual cyclonic system that has a filter underneath. So, this is kind of a step backwards in filtration, at least on the surface. But we'll see. What? Why is it not pulling out? Oh, I see. It's in the bracket. Okay. So, extension wand. I do not have one of these newer ones, extension wands. One thing I don't like about Dirt Devil is their parts availability has kind of gone down recently since the TTI acquisition. It seems like since the TTI acquisition that the Hoover's gotten much better with parts, and Dirt Devil's gotten much worse, because trying to find attachments, let alone actual parts, is impossible for older machines like the Swivel Glide, which you can see my Swivel Glide is behind the Breeze Cyclonic. I got this little tool, which looks honestly kind of crap. Well, then again, okay, I was going to say this looks kind of crappy, but this dusting brush actually feels really nice. I expected to hate this tool, but this is actually kind of nice. Okay, you know what? Dirt Devil is impressing me a pretty decent amount so far with this packaging, and so far the quality seems to be a little bit better than I would have expected considering the other Dirt Devil uprights that I've looked at in recent reviews. Maybe this is an actual candidate for a vacuum that you should buy. I'm not going to hold my breath, but we will see. So, we will grab this cardboard and see how the heck am I going to pull this out. Okay, well there's the Pet Power Paw. I believe it. Oh no, it's called the Turbo Claw. Okay. It's the Turbo Claw. Now I do have the Dirt Devil Total Pet in that corner over there, which you cannot see at all, which I can't use because it's been recalled because it's been shocking people and catching on fire, which is lovely, isn't it? But even my favorite brands do have their own little recall issues sometimes. I believe Bissell has had several recalls at this point, and I know Samsung is obviously very infamous for recall of a certain product. Okay, so the bracket was just stuck into the box. That's interesting. This feels kind of cheapy, but I mean, it doesn't have to be great quality. It's just a bracket. Okay, so we're just dropping parts down there like crazy. Just ignore the random Dyson wand. Okay, so is this supposed to come out? Because it's not coming out very easily. Is it stuck? Oh, nope. Okay, that was just me. So this little plasticky stuff just kind of broke. And here's the handle. Apparently this is a no assemble machine. Do not return to store. Okay, well, I made the mistake for the first time with the Breeze. But they told me to, so I guess I can't. What it should say is don't return to store unless you call us and we tell you to. But point taken. So we got some plastic. Only on the top. It doesn't actually cover the entire machine like it would with a Bissell. This feels a lot softer than the kind of clear plastic baggies that a lot of other machines come with. We got more styrofoam, just like with the Breeze. We have more styrofoam, which is disgusting. And of course, there's that hole, but didn't appear to break anything important. Let's see, how am I going to get this out of here? Well, there's styrofoam, so there's no way to avoid that. Oh god, that sound. Okay, I'm going to pull this out of the box, and then we'll take a look at everything that's included. So now that we've isolated the cleaner from the rest of the packaging, let's make sure that we have everything included outside of the box and all the packaging materials. First off, if you have the box and the packaging materials, you do want to hold on to them at least for a month, so that way you make sure that while your return window is still open, if you have any issues with the machine that you are unable to resolve with the manufacturer, that you have every packaging material that you need in order to rebox it and send it back, or send it to the company for a warranty claim. So let's identify and make sure that we have everything that this machine is supposed to come with. Again, besides the packaging material, you'll need the main vacuum body, which also includes the dirt container, the cord, the hose, and a few other things. This should all be one unit inside the box once you remove it from the styrofoam. Next, we have the documentation, which includes the user's manual, the turbo brush, the extension wand, the turbo brush bracket, the combination crevice tool and dusting brush, and the handle. If you've possibly been overwhelmed by one of my previous tutorials on assembling a certain vacuum cleaner, then breathe easy, as this tutorial is going to be very simple, and assembling this vacuum cleaner is very, very simple and requires no tools whatsoever. So to put this machine together in no particular order, the first thing that I'm going to do is, since the cord winders are completely exposed and ready to have cord wrapped around them, I'm going to go ahead and unwrap this cord from this twist tie and wind them around these cord clips, and finally end it with the cord clip being clipped to the cord and securing the cable in place. If your vacuum has an automatic cord rewind built into it, then you will not need to wind the cord. While I do not have a Dirt Devil vacuum with a cord rewind to demonstrate this feature, I can demonstrate it using my Hoover Elite Rewind Plus, of which the cord rewind works identically to the Dirt Devil. So, for your Dirt Devil vacuum, in order to basically pull the cord out, all you have to do is simply pull out the cable. You pull out the cable until you see a yellow marker. Once you see that yellow marker, you do not want to continue unwinding the cable. It's possible that Dirt Devil uses a different sort of sticker to identify where the cord should stop. So for Dirt Devil, whenever there's a piece of tape or some sort of marker on the cord, that's when you know that you should not pull the cord out any further in order to cause the cord to not get damaged from being retracted back in and getting caught. So, once you've retracted your cord out of your machine and you're done cleaning and want to retract the cord, simply press the release pedal on the other side of the cleaner, and that will allow the cord to retract inside the machine. Now again, since I'm demonstrating this with a Hoover and not with a Dirt Devil, this pedal and the actual cord could look a little bit different on your machine, but the process is identical. You will see a pedal with the cord rewind symbol on it, so it's very simple to press that button and rewind the cord back into the machine. And of course, if your machine does not feature a cord rewind like mine does, then this part about wrapping the cord should help with your machine and getting it working. Sorry if that didn't make sense. It is 2 o'clock in the morning after all. Anyways, moving on. So the next thing that we're going to do is grab the handle and install it into the top of the vacuum. Now this is very simple. Now this handle, you can see the actual part that you hold, is supposed to face towards the front of the vacuum as if you are cleaning. So simply with a sticker featuring the Dirt Devil part number and the hose clip facing towards the back of the machine, line the wand up with this handle, with this lever put the handle in to line it up with this lever, and simply push down until it snaps into place. You can also just push the button and push the wand into place if you don't want it to actually make any noise and potentially wake any sleeping people because you're filming an unboxing video at 3 o'clock in the morning. Maybe that scenario doesn't exactly apply to you, but either way, now the handle is easily installed with no tools whatsoever. The next thing that we're going to do is pull the hose off of this little bracket down here, and we're going to stretch this hose up to the top of the handle. We can see there's a little clip right here, and this clip is supposed to line up with the notch in the top of the handle. So put very simply, just take this hose with the notch facing outward and put it in the top of this handle, lining it up just like that with the back of the handle and clicking it into place. Make sure it's secure by gently pulling on the hose to make sure the hose is attached to the machine, as this is how the machine will get suction to the floor head. So you can see the floor head goes through this hose, which goes through this back tube. And this back tube is where this handle connects into. So you want to make sure the hose is properly connected to this handle and that the handle is firmly connected to the base. Otherwise, you will not get proper cleaning performance and suction from the floor head when you're vacuuming your floors or carpets. So keep that in mind. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to kind of swerve this hose over a little bit and clip it to this little hose clip down here. It might not look completely straight, but that'll be okay. And there's another little hose clip over here that will keep this hose out of the way. So we just clip it in right there. And now the hose is properly assembled. You can see this one doesn't look the prettiest, so if you're worried about it looking straight, you can always pull this little hose back off and reattach it in a slightly different orientation and twist the hose the other direction. Neither of these hoses have any sort of, swiveling collars, so if you want the hose to be straight, you'll have to actually manually disconnect the hose and reconnect it at a different angle. And then again, this little clip down here, this little clip up here, and it looks like that didn't really make much of a difference. So it looks like this hose isn't going to look exactly right, but that won't affect cleaning performance, and that's pretty similar to what it's supposed to look like. Now the last thing we need to do is install the attachments. Now pretty much every Dirt Devil vacuum should come with both of these attachments, although select Dirt Devil vacuums will also come with this turbo brush. If your Dirt Devil vacuum does not come with a turbo brush, then you can skip this next step regarding the turbo brush bracket and the turbo brush itself. So if your vacuum does contain a turbo brush on board, then locate the notches on either side of the handle. If your vacuum does not contain an onboard turbo brush, then these notches will not be present on your machine. Take this bracket that's designed for the turbo brush and line it up with the notches. Once you've lined it up with the notches, and make sure that there's no dust on it, simply line it up with the notches and snap this bracket into place. Just like that. So you kind of want to line up with one notch and then snap it onto the other notch. The plastic on this bracket is pretty flimsy, so it should be able to be bendable enough to snap right onto the vacuum cleaner. Next, we're going to take the turbo brush and take it out of the protective plastic. Now the turbo brush is out of the plastic, we're going to line it up down here with this little holder piece, just like that. We're going to set it in just like this so it's completely flush, and then snap it into the bracket at the top of the, well, bracket. Now you can see the turbo brush is locked in place. Finally, we just need to attach the other two attachments and we'll be good to go. Starting with the extension wand by sliding it into this post right here and over this post down here. Make sure it's even and make sure it's actually lined up with this post properly, otherwise it may look like that and not look right. You want to line it up into this little slot so that way it is firm and not moving around. And finally, we want to take the combination crevice tool and dusting brush and place it on this post over here in between the cord wraps. Simply place it on this post right here and push it down friction fit until it no longer moves any longer. And that is how you properly unbox and assemble your Dirt Devil PowerMax upright vacuum cleaner. Now in this example I showed the non-rewind pet variant, but the process is very similar for many other Dirt Devil vacuum cleaners. Another thing I like about Dirt Devil is that they actually include a very nice twist tie to tie their cable together, which is really nice. So whenever you buy a Dirt Devil vacuum, you get the added value of a free twist tie that was used in order to tie up the cables that you can use for many other purposes. So anyway guys, this is Intelitech Studios with a 232 unboxing video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully it was at least somewhat easy to watch. Thankfully, because this machine is very easy to assemble, I was able to assemble it at 2:30 in the morning with very little trouble. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, found it helpful, and if you use this as an assembly tutorial, hopefully you found it helpful as well, and if you did, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Unless you don't want to, of course. Anyways, this is Intelitech Studios signing out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Take care.